It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. I've been drinking some Belgian ale recently, from blondes to doubles to triples to the wonderful wit beers from Belgium. And it's not often like I have this kind of, it's like mining, this game, this YouTube thing. It's like mining, very much so. You're mining away, nothing, just rock. And then all of a sudden, you hit a stream, a steam, in it, a seam, sorry, a seam of like interesting stuff that you can sell, like coal or tin or some other precious metal, or coal again if you're living in South Wales. And I've hit this kind of seam at the moment of drinking and enjoying and loving it, really good Belgian beer. This is from Brasserie, there's Rocs, and this is their triple Imperiale Belgian Abbey Dark Ale at 10% ABV. This is like the golden nugget of the mining game, where you come across that kind of very special thing in the ground. Most of it's mud, most of it's dirt, and then you come across something quite brilliant. And I think I found this today. We'll dust it off, we'll get the archaeology on it, we'll have a good look at it, get the experts in, and we'll open the bottle, get it out into a glass and see what we get. Dark, almost black bottle, purple bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Oh, it's gone all over my bar stool. Maybe we've hit some fake gold in the ground. Maybe someone's planted some fake gold in the ground, who knows? I'm only joking, I'm only messing about. It could still be a great beer. The thing is, with craft beer, Belgian beer, that sort of thing, it's bottle conditioned. A lot of it, especially for being from Belgium, is bottle conditioned. It might be the case that this bottle had a little bit more yeast in it than maybe should have done, or there was a little bit more kind of residual sugar that needed fermented out. It's fermented out in the bottle, and boom, as soon as you open that bottle, you have a little accident. It hasn't happened for me for a long time. A long time. But I'm always willing to accept it. I'm always willing to say, hey, this is not some mega brewery. This is not a huge brewery where they have multiple quality control checks going on all of the time throughout every single process. When was the last time you opened a can of Stella or a can of Carling or a can of Foster's or a bottle of Leffe and it exploded? They don't, do they? They don't, because they've been kind of like rigorously checked. Now, there's smaller brewers out there that they simply can't afford these massive checks. But, and here's the big but, you're generally getting much better quality beer than Stella or Foster's or Carling. And as a craft beer drinker, as a lover of craft beer, you're always willing. I don't mind that I've got some beer on my bar stool. I don't really mind that I've got beer on the floor. I've got a towel on the floor, which I wipe the dog's feet up in. You know, as soon as I finish this review, I'll probably pick the towel off the floor because it's fresh down this morning. He hadn't even really been out. And I'll give the bar stool a wipe with the towel that's on the floor next to me. There's no big deal. No big deal. The bigger deal is does it taste good? And that's the main thing. Look at that beer as I rock it back and forth. Look at that carbonation as the beer chases that head up the glass. Look at that. It's kind of ruby, dark, brown coloured, mahogany coloured, nice and hazy. Let's get the aroma. Oh, yes, yes. And yeah, all of a sudden, the canvas bar stool, yeah, I'll sling that out the back. Oh, spicy, peppery, malty, biscuity, bready, estery from the yeast, hoppy, slightly kind of herbal on the back end, a lot of sweetness. A lot of sweetness coming in from the beer. The beer is available from our channel sponsors beersofeurope.co.uk. Check out beersofeurope.co.uk by checking out the link in the description box of this video. I would have liked to have given the channel sponsor a little bit more time, but I spent a little bit more time looking at my bar stool, haven't I? So anyway, this smells great. Let's dive in. Oh, plum, figs, dark fruit, sweetness, biscuitiness, hoppiness, pepperiness, spiciness, touch of vanilla, berry fruit flavours coming through. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant beer. Slightly kind of yeasty and estery. Quite carbonated, as you just heard. Oh. You get slightly nutty, malty, rich flavours coming through. You're also getting hops and the esters from the yeast and the creamy, slightly rich mouthfeel, the warming sensation as that kind of 10% beer slides down the throat into the pit of the stomach. Oh, it's lovely. Oh. Brilliant. Touch of raisin, dark fruit, raisin, fig, plum. Carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth. Interestingly, the beer is not massively carbonated like it suggested. When we opened it, it suggested that it was going to be a big fizz bomb. That's not the case. A lot of that carbonation has quickly made its way out of the glass, and it's a lot more kind of settled. It's a lot more tame. Am I allowed to use the word tame for a 10% ABV beer? Oh, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Brasserie des Rocs, triple Imperiale, Belgian Abbey Dark Ale. Is there any English on the back of the bottle? Brewed and bottled by Brasserie des Rocs. Not even any ingredients on the back of the bottle. 12.2 fluid ounce bottle, which probably means that it's a 330ml or a 330 centilitre bottle. Let's rate it. I'm going to completely ignore the slight overcarbonation of this beer. If you've got one from Beers of Europe, just open it over your sink. Have a glass ready by the side of you. Open it over your sink. No drama, no problem. You'll be a little bit quicker than I was because I was caught off guard. You'll probably catch 99% of that beer you'll catch in the glass. No problem. Looks good, smells good, tastes amazing. Stone the Crows, 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 beer from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.